Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is the game Won the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against Xargun. He is the allied commander. For me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 with no modifications on game version 26B. Now we arrive at the 14th February 42. My army forces arriving at Java, so it's invasion to occupy it. The most important island, maybe more or less, together with Sumatra and the Dutch East Indies, is ongoing. And yeah, sweeping the mines of Balikpapan to open the port. And yeah, two, I don't know, these are torpedo boats, or I think only motor patrol boats. So, like sub-chasers. And I have here my cover force. So I don't really guess there's much happening. Make no sense, so these are at the end no torpedo boats, so they cannot really inflict damage on my side. They only have, I think, heavy machine guns. And I kill them easily. Not really. Much action was to watch it. This is my submarine. Yesterday sunk an enemy patrol craft, but also got hit heavily. One hit, but this hit was more or less a critical hit and really inflicted a lot of damage, like I think rotation 20. So one more of this kind of hits and the submarine would nearly go down with this Japanese not so successful damage control. So it's time to return to Japan, enter a shipyard and fix the boat. So luckily no heavy task force attacked my troop ships at Surabaya. So the loading is going on with really interference from the allies. I also arrived at Ambon, so I think I will start my assault, or unloading at least there today. First some small bombardments against the Chinese venture army. This is more or less really to suppress the enemy. This is the main Japanese army air force still striking against the Chinese Red Army. Fine. Casualties are mounting up on the Chinese side, but again, if I kill this enemy units, then they respawn for free in 30 days or something like this. And I only get points. But not really will change the balance of power in the long run for me. So it's often better to defeat the Chinese units once or twice so that they are empty, but not completely destroy them if possible. My number one goal is of course keep your own bases free and keep the rails and highways at least open. So no allied strike against my ships. That is good, but also a little boring. So there was bad weather over my units. Maybe that was the reason why there's no allied Navy strike coming. If I cannot fly, they can also normally not attack me. Well, so again a very soft air campaign. The Allies holding back. And I only use Navy search plus Chinese bombardments in China. Good. This is only Tenate. There is no enemy here, but it's a base, a potential base. And my must takes it sooner or later. So this is now my division. A Japanese division is landing here in Ambon. There's some counter battery fire. But the heavy cruiser would normally tank them all. These are 150 centimeter, so 5.9 inch guns. They can damage ships, but not heavy cruisers really. Good. The unloading is bloody, but yeah, they cannot do much with this, so I lose here 10 fighting squads. And some dot bases to pick. Good, this is the first, I don't know if it's the first or the second Battle of Palmbang. And I can take down the fort. So I think it was original 3, this is in the second battle, so it's maybe now fort level 1. Casualties are similar, but the fort level is going down, means I get more and more attack value, or the enemy is losing more and more of their attack value. So I guess maybe 1 or 2 more strikes and then I can take the base. So the Chinese are out of this base, maybe they retreated, I don't know. I take the base, but this is a really only base, there's no infrastructure here, so no industry. But it's cut more or less the oil industry from north of China or Mongolia to the central plains of Sichuan. Bombardment, not the biggest impact, but some. Also bombardment here. 1 day rest. And here's a Chinese, red Chinese unit. So you can see this is a communist. I not really want to destroy them, but I have no other choice, and sooner or later I must defeat them. So there was really nothing inside, so it makes no sense to really kill this. If there would be an option, I would say let them escape, but I must also open the road. Bombardments. I have here some good mountain guns, I think, or medium artillery, so they can inflict damage. In Kendari, here's my regiment. This is the regiment it's more or less part of a whole division, and the rest of the equipment is all in Singapore. So I won't bring this regiment to Singapore at the end and reform a division there. So I only can reduce the fort, but at the end no casualties on my side. It means I think tomorrow the Dutch will give up. This is only pinned down. And Sorbaya again. Similar to Palmbang. Very similar. Fort is going down. Casualties are similar, but better for me at the end because they are less Dutch. So one more strike. Savoy. Here is this super small French garrison. Only giving up. Good. And there was also this Singapore 3 airplane. I don't know if it's transport or search airplane. But okay. Getting destroyed. Counter battery fire and Palmbang, but yeah. The same Kandari. So next turn I have the opportunity to maybe take Ambon, Kandari, Soabaya and Palmbang. 4 major battles are coming next turn. This turn was more or less all preparation, but well, with a little luck I could maybe take Soabaya or Palmbang today, but one day more or less is not a big change here. Goodie. Air losses a little high on my side, but all operational losses. So there was 2 Singapore 3s on the ground, not only 1. So all of these combat reports are fog of war. They're not 100% true. I would always say there's plus minus 10% up and down. Ship sunk. There's 2 motor launchers. So there's really different types of this kind of patrol craft, and this are anti-submarine patrol motor launchers. So they are really not ocean going, and they are not fighting for surface engagement. They are anti-submarine. Of course, they're only the minimum anti-submarine, but they're for anti-submarine duty. Then sometimes you have this kind of ships and they have torpedoes. Then there are torpedo boats. They are for surface engagement, but not for anti-submarine equipment. Anyway, I mean, maybe Xargun had simply only these 2 ships and throw them on me. And if I had no heavy escort, maybe they can even do something. This is why you need always heavy escort for your transport ships and air cover. And this is also why I not really rush this game too much, because I play it safe. So if I have an invasion fleet, I have surface task force nearby, I have air cover, and I make everything like a real army would do, and not super risky and go in and say, oh, at day 2 I must be at Nomaya with no escort, and if I lose, then I lose and I restart the game. And no, I mean, you can play like this, but yeah, anyway. There was 1 Chinese corp getting destroyed here. But I call back, I think, already 2 or 3 divisions to fight again, because most of the Chinese units are retreating already last turn. I try to block here the street. You can see if I control the hex, then the Chinese cannot pass by. So they can only walk into my hex, but they must defeat me and push me out of the hex, that they can continue their journey west to Chongqing. If they don't do this, then they are trapped here in the high mountains, and then this is the best. I trap them here in the high mountains, and they were stuck here forever, or at least for months. I took the space, the Chinese retreating, but again, this is really only a base. This is a stepping stone. The oil is here in Lenzhou, and here's more industry. This is a lot of resources, so that is important for the Japanese, not so much for the Chinese. The Chinese normally need here the Lenzhou to let this oil flow down to Chengdu with a heavy industry, and Chongqing also have heavy industry. Good, but no will change here in China. The Chinese are on the way, so tomorrow they arrive in Amoy, Xiamen, and my army will arrive the day after tomorrow. I can make 30 miles per day maximum, so I need but again, the Chinese will arrive tomorrow here, but they can only attack me the day after tomorrow, and this means this will be the turn my army arrive in Amoy. So if the Chinese attack me, if I arrive, I'm maybe still in move mode, but I guess this is still in favor for me. And Burma, arriving here at the dot base and this base. Here's still some British forces retreating, but I will not. If I can catch them here in the dot base, I maybe attack. But if they are out of the dot base, I will not follow them in this mountain terrain. This is not my style of playing. I let them come. I only stay on rail and road. Never go off. If not a must. These are retreating British forces, but I cannot attack with my with only my Thai forces. They are not strong enough for this. They don't have morale or experience. They would fail in attack. If there's only 1 or 2 units left, so I wait normally that more British forces are retreating, and if I see here 1,000 or 2,000 troopers, then I can try. But no, this is too early. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. So Palmbang, maybe one more kick. Surabaya also one more kick. My divisions are unloading. It's nearly finished. So tomorrow I arrive in Surabaya. So the day after tomorrow, I can latest attack with my divisions. And at latest at that moment, I will take Surabaya. Kendari will fall tomorrow. Ambon is also, my division is unloading or nearly done. There's a little equipment left, but not much. So the unloading will be done tomorrow, and in the end of the next turn I can attack and take at least these 2 bases for sure, I would say. The dot bases, nothing else. Numaya, I'm building up the port. So port 404, now the airfield is coming. So you can see that, port I could maybe also stop and focus on airfield. I need here airfield of 8. So, well, I not really must have it, but it would be nice. And Savary falls, so the French are defeated. Now there are only some Americans. I know that there are 3 or 4 enemy units, so I must bring in a little more force, especially because this is jungle, so double terrain. This was triple terrain, so this is much easier to defend, but the French are really not so strong. So I will form here a new amphibious assault group with all the equipment I have here at Suva. I have a lot of these Navy Guard units, 3, 4, 5 of them together. They are strong enough to take Pago Pago. And my carriers are now at the edge of the map, so I stay more or less 7. So this is in range of my torpedo bombers. And then I continue my journey here. And in 3 days, 4 days I arrive in Tahiti, and if I don't find any convoy in the source, maybe I find something at Tahiti. And if not, I must return to Suva because my fuel will be out. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.